we're like in like the inner sanctum, of Jonathan Torrens. Is this like, where are we now? What is this?
Welcome back to 1966. This is a 26-foot Airstream Overlander.
Beautiful.
If you're in the market for an Airstream, let me tell you what I learned. You want to get one that was from Arizona or New Mexico.
Mais
because
pourquoi?
the ones from California and Florida have seen too much sea spray and salt. So those are the ones that look more dull. If you see the outside of this one, you'll see it's extraordinarily shiny.
Look at it.
I bought it on the internet service on eBay from a guy who refurbishes them in Michigan. And I bought it sight unseen, and we met in a shady motel parking lot in Bangor. He met me halfway, and I hauled it home. Another interesting fact, if this is your bag, you only have to pay import tax on vehicles that aren't antiques, because this is more than 25 years old.
It's like a
tax.
PSA now for people.
Can we talk about the little animals?
Yes, like what a collection there.
I have to. That's only a few members of the family. A few years ago, I was doing a show for the Travel Channel in the United States.
Right.
And I wanted to collect something that wouldn't break in my suitcase. So I thought, I don't want to get spoons because they're of no use. I already have a mug collection, not to brag. So I started to buy little animals. And the first thing that I bought was in Hawaii. It was this little frog drum right here. You ready? Incidentally, the noise heard after most of the jokes that I tell.
Oh.
So I started to buy these little animals everywhere I went. I got the llama. I got that bear in Banff. That's Helen, the giraffe. She's actually a pincushion. I got her in Ogallala, Nebraska. That's Marlin, a gift from my friend Mike Lattenberg. Because what happens is when you start to collect something, every birthday, every Christmas, every holiday, people are like, well, just get him a little animal. So suddenly I was that guy.
Animal guy.
200 animals, like little animals. And my wife was like, you know where those animals should go is not in our home anymore.
She's very stylish, right?
She is indeed.
So
the little animals, some of them have found a home in the Airstream trailer, and some of them found a home in the bottom of our garbage box.
Aww. Well, I love them, and we love being here today. Now, Jonathan, what is this like? Because we watch it on TV and think it's hilarious. Is it as fun to make?
Mr.D?
Yeah.
It is.
No, what are you doing in this trailer? Yes,
well, we're making tiny animals. It's a tiny animal workshop. Hey, do you want to see my...
What?
This is my African thumb piano.
You know, this actually bridges nicely into what I like to call your burgeoning music career, because I wept. I'm going to say wept. Tears of joy, some sad. Sometimes when we touch, that was...
There's a guy who works on the show named Mark Forward, and we're both married, but I don't think it's overstepping to say we're especially fond of each other. The thing about working on a show like this is it has such a deep bench. Jerry's really funny.
Yeah.
Mark Little's really, really funny. Naomi Sneakus, Mark Forward. Bette McDonald is amazing.
Yeah.
The list goes on and on and on. So Mark Forward and I had to find an outlet for our affection, and we opted to express our bromance musically on the internet.
It is shocking and eye-opening and whatnot.
Yeah, it is
And
all
moving.
of those things. And moving.
Romancing all the strategy, got me battling with my pride. Through the insecurity, some tenderness survived. I'm just another rider, still trapped within my truth. A hesitant prize fighter, still trapped within my youth. Sometimes when we touch, the honesty's too much, and I have to close my eyes and hide. I wanna hold you till I die, till we both break down and cry. I wanna hold you till the fear in me
It's a hard thing to explain because it is born out of genuine fondness.
Sure.
It seems creepy and it seems like we're being cheeky about it, but it is actually sincere.
But it's a great group. I mean, that's what I think, going to work. Can you imagine working with all these people? It's a dream, eh?
Well, it's such a cliche, but every day that I look at the call sheets, like, oh my gosh, I'm with Mark Little tomorrow, I'm with Bette tomorrow. It is like summer camp.
Right.
The hours are great, the morale is high, the people are nice, there's lots of laughs at work,
Right.
and you get out in time to have a swim in a lake.
And close to home, pretty much. I
Close
mean,
to home.
you're commuting.
I'm commuting 60 minutes in the car.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's all right. What's it like to work at home? Because I know, like you said, you've traveled everywhere. But working here in Nova Scotia, not bad.
I made a lifestyle choice to move back here from California several years ago, inspired in part by my audition to host America's Cutest Puppy. True story. I had to say into camera during this audition, tonight the K9 move into the mansion and we'll see what, like, you've got to be kidding me. I'm pretty sure that's not a show. So I got in the car, called my mother who lived here,
Yes.
and asked her what she was up to. She said, I'm going to a dentist appointment tomorrow, and she's nervous about going to the dentist, and she's going to be going alone. In that moment, I thought, do I want to be the guy who hosted America's Cutest Puppy, or do I want to be the guy who took his mom to the dentist? So I begged to get the America's Cutest Puppy job. And they wouldn't give it to me. So I moved home, took my mom to the dentist, and the rest is history.
Come on.
But truthfully, I thought when I moved here, I'll go back to school, I'll be a realtor. I don't care what I do for a living. Just living in the East Coast was more important than anything. I could have
Yeah.
been offered The Tonight Show or CNN or anything, and living here was better.
Oh, nice.
So the nice kind of upside to that is work has flourished in ways beyond my
Yes.
wildest
Well,
imagination.
it really is. I mean, you're going from movie project to TV shows to hosting duties. I mean, you kind of have got it all going on.
When you don't do any one thing particularly well, I've discovered it helps if you do a few, and that's the way we are on the East Coast, right? A farmer's also a mechanic. You also have to know a little bit of plumbing.
That's fun.
But Call Me Fitz happens here. Trailer Park obviously happened here. Mr. D happened here. I did my own little show here. So I think born out of, in part, the fact that when you're in the States, you have to rely on such a big network beyond the end of your own nose to kind of generate opportunities.
Right.
That when I came back, I had so much restless energy and so many ideas that I really wanted to get going and was really excited about it.
Yeah.
Coupled with the fact that when you're back from somewhere else in this part of the world, that can be a newfound credibility.
Yeah.
So I'm just surfing that.
There you go. Okay, and now I want to talk to you about the homeland, because even though you're based here in Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island is where you're from.
And it's where my heart is.
Hey?
It's where the heart is.
You say that
true.
well. But tell me about growing up there, because it's magical. Every time I cross that bridge, and it's just, I don't know, there's something that washes over you. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it's true.
It is true. And I love the fact that I haven't technically lived there full time since 1982. And yet I can be there walking down the street and someone will drive by and roll the window down and say, "Welcome home, bud."
No.
Yeah, I love it. And I grew up in Sherwood, just outside of Charlottetown, which technically doesn't exist because now it's the mega city.
Right.
But the stuff that dreams are made of. I walked through a field to get to school. The rink was right next door. My first ever concert was poking my nose in the open Zamboni door at the Sherwood Sportsplex to see Charlie Pride.
Stop it.
The crystal chandelier lights up the paintings on the wall. That was the song. I'll never
I wish
forget
you had
it.
your guitar now.
I know.
Huh?
Saw Kim Mitchell there. It was like Cub Scouts and Bun King and egg rolls and all the things that make a boy's childhood
There you
dream
go.
like.
We're here today. The cast is not only like famous people, but local people too, which I really love. They're giving young actors a chance to sort of break in, which is very cool.
One of the things, for my money, that's the funniest about this show is just the notion that the kids are smarter than the adults.
Yes.
And there's a woman named Isabelle Beaupre who plays a character named Maya. She should be the principal at this school.
And Jerry got the best evaluation because of Maya's notebook, which
Yeah.
is hilarious.
And there's a guy named Liam Sear who's a really talented up-and-coming musician and actor. Really funny guy. He plays the character of Jimmy, who's always getting kicked out of Jerry's classes. Also, aside from the actors, if you want to talk about local showcase, what the art department has done on this show, they've built school hallways, staff rooms, classrooms, principals' offices, all in this curling rink in the north end of Halifax in no time flat. It's a
Yeah.
pretty astonishing feat.
And only one other thing, and that is, where's the best place to shop in Truro?
Sugar Daisy Boutique on Inglis Place. I hear the owner is beautiful.
She's gorgeous.
She's a hot-looking tuna, as the kids say.
Or Marlin.
And also the mother of my children.
Yeah, so there's that.